Hello. Today we are going to talk about 8 important signs that you are rediscovering who you really are. For a long time, I know you wondered where the person you once were was. Where on the road did you get lost? The truth is that the journey of self-knowledge is neither linear nor predictable. It gently moves through the deepest layers of our consciousness, revealing truths that have often remained dormant for decades. When we begin to awaken to our true essence, our brain, this extraordinary organ, the center of our transformation, begins a process of neural reorganization that is simply revolutionary. Modern neuroscience confirms what spiritual masters have intuited for millennia. We are capable of completely reshaping our reality by changing our mental patterns. Every thought we hold, every affirmation we speak with conviction, every visualization we create with love and intention, is literally rewriting the neural circuitry of our brain. It's as if we are becoming the architects of our own consciousness, sculpting with surgical precision the person we were always destined to be. Louise L revolutionized our understanding of the transformative power of self-love and positive affirmations. She taught us that every cell in our body responds to our thoughts and words, and that we can, through conscious and loving practice, transform not only our mind, but our physical and emotional reality. As we begin to rediscover ourselves, these teachings become not just inspiring concepts, but tangible, transformative experiences. First sign: your inner words are changing. The first unmistakable sign that you are rediscovering your true essence is the radical transformation of your internal dialogue. That critical and unforgiving voice that once dominated your thoughts begins to be replaced by a gentler presence, compassionate and encouraging. It's as if an ancient inner tyrant is being dethroned by a wise, loving counselor. Neuroscience reveals that our default neural network, the one that governs our thoughts when we are not focused on specific tasks, can be completely reprogrammed through the conscious practice of powerful affirmations. When you begin to notice that your first words in the morning are no longer self-deprecating or pessimistic, but rather gratitude and possibility, you are witnessing a profound neurological shift. The thoughts we choose to think are the tools we use to paint our life experience. When your inner words begin to reflect self-love instead of self-criticism, you are literally repainting the picture of your existence. Notice how your mind now looks for evidence of your ability rather than your limitations. Notice how you naturally encourage yourself in challenging times, as if you have developed an internal system of unconditional support. This transformation of internal dialogue does not happen overnight, but when it begins, it is impossible not to notice. It's as if an old radio that only picked up low and distorted frequency stations suddenly tuned into a crystal clear and high frequency. Your daily affirmations begin to spring naturally from your heart, not as memorized phrases, but as deep truths that you finally recognize about yourself. Second sign: your energy vibration is raising. Quantum science and neuroscience converge at a fascinating point. We are vibrational beings operating at different energetic frequencies. When you are rediscovering who you truly are, your natural vibrational frequency, the one that represents your most authentic essence, begins to manifest more consistently and powerfully. This second sign is often noticed through subtle, but profound, changes in how you feel about the world around you. Situations that once completely drained you now seem neutral or even opportunities for growth. People who are operating at very low frequencies naturally begin to withdraw from your life, not because of conflict, but because of a simple energetic incompatibility. The brain's neuroplasticity responds directly to changes in our vibrational pattern. When we raise our frequency through practices such as meditation, creative visualization, and loving affirmations, our nervous system reorganizes itself to support this new state. It's as if our brain is being tuned like a musical instrument, finding its fundamental note after years of being out of tune. It is important to vibrate in love as a daily practice. When you are rediscovering your true essence, this loving vibration becomes your default frequency, not a state you need to force. You realize that your presence in a room can literally raise the energy of the space. Shallow conversations naturally turn into deeper, more meaningful dialogues when you are present. This vibrational elevation also manifests itself through an increased sensitivity to beauty, to synchronicity, and to small everyday miracles. Your brain, now operating at a higher frequency, becomes more receptive to opportunities, to meaningful connections and creative solutions that were always there, but that your previous vibration could not perceive. Third sign: your visions are coming true. When you are truly rediscovering your essence, your creative visualization capabilities expand exponentially. It's no longer about simply imagining desirable scenarios, but about creating with your mind images so vivid and emotionally charged that your brain interprets them as real experiences, initiating the neurological processes necessary to manifest them into physical reality. Modern neuroimaging shows us that when we visualize an action or experience with sufficient clarity and emotion, the same brain regions activate as if we were actually experiencing that situation. This scientific discovery validates what Louise L. has always taught. Our subconscious mind does not distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real experience. When you are rediscovering who you really are, your visualizations become extraordinarily powerful because they emerge from a place of deep authenticity. You are no longer trying to force desires that belong to other people or that have been conditioned by society. Instead, you are visualizing the manifestation of your true nature, and this resonates in every cell of your being. Notice how your visualization sessions become more natural and fluid. Before, perhaps you struggled to maintain mental images or felt disconnected from the process. Now, when you close your eyes and allow yourself to dream of your ideal life, the images emerge with cinematic clarity. You can feel the textures, hear the sounds, perceive the aromas. Most importantly, you can feel the emotions of already living this reality. This enhanced ability to visualize is not just a mental skill, but a powerful neurological tool. Each time you visualize your desire fulfilled with emotion and gratitude, you are creating new neural pathways that guide your subconscious actions toward the manifestation of those desires. Your brain begins to actively seek out opportunities, resources and connections that align your external reality with your internal vision. Fourth sign. You are naturally letting go of old patterns. One of the most liberating signs that you are rediscovering your true identity is the ease with which old limiting patterns begin to naturally dissolve from your life. It is not a hard fight against ingrained habits, but rather an organic process where behaviors that no longer serve your evolution simply lose their magnetic force over you. Neuroscience teaches us that our behavioral patterns are maintained by specific neural circuits that are strengthened through repetition. As we begin to operate from a higher, more authentic frequency, these old circuits gradually weaken from disuse, while new neural pathways, aligned with our true essence, strengthen. We don't have to fight our old patterns. Just love them until they change. When you are rediscovering who you really are, this loving transformation happens almost automatically. Behaviors that once seemed impossible to change, perhaps a tendency to procrastinate, toxic relationships, or patterns of self-demand, begin to dissolve because they simply no longer make sense in the new frequency in which you are operating. This natural letting go process is often accompanied by a feeling of lightness and expansion. It's like you taking off clothes that never really fit you, finally revealing your true form. You may notice that certain people, places, or activities that once drained your energy now seem neutral or even uninteresting. What makes this process particularly powerful is that it doesn't require willpower or rigid discipline. Instead, it's a natural movement towards authenticity. Your brain, now tuned into your true essence, naturally gravitates toward choices and behaviors that nourish and expand that authenticity. It's an elegant dance between consciousness and subconsciousness, where both work in harmony to create a more aligned life. Fifth sign. Your affirmations have transformative power. When you are truly rediscovering your essence, your affirmations transcend simple hopeful repetitions and become powerful statements that resonate in every cell of your being. This is perhaps one of the most tangible signs of your transformation. The words you speak to yourself carry a palpable energy and produce measurable changes in your reality. Neuroplasticity shows us that repeated affirmations with emotion and conviction create new neural pathways and strengthen synaptic connections associated with desired states. When your affirmations emerge from a place of deep self-knowledge, they become much more than words. They become cellular reprogramming codes. Louise L. Hay developed a revolutionary affirmation technique based on the understanding that our physical bodies respond directly to our words and thoughts. When you are rediscovering who you really are, your affirmations no longer sound like desperate attempts to convince yourself of something you don't believe. Instead, they emerge as recognitions of truths you are rediscovering about your essential nature. You may notice that when you make an affirmation like, "I am worthy of love and prosperity," your entire energetic system responds with a resounding yes. There is no internal resistance. There is no skeptical voice whispering counterarguments. There is only a harmonious alignment between your words and your inner truth. This transformative power of affirmations is also manifested in the speed with which they produce tangible results. Health affirmations can produce remarkable physical improvements. Affirmations about abundance can open unexpected channels of prosperity. Relationship affirmations can attract deeper, more meaningful connections. This is because your statements now carry the full force of your authentic conviction. Sixth sign. Your intuition is sharper. The rediscovery of your true essence invariably results in a significant awakening of your intuitive abilities. It's as if, by reconnecting with your authenticity, you are also reconnecting with an inner wisdom that has always been present, but that had been obscured by layers of social conditioning and personal doubts. Neuroscience is beginning to understand the biological basis of intuition, identifying how our brains process information non-linearly through complex neural networks that operate below the threshold of consciousness. When you are operating from your true essence, these networks function with greater efficiency and clarity. Louise taught that when we are aligned with our inner truth, our intuition becomes a reliable spiritual GPS, guiding us through the complexities of life with a wisdom that transcends linear logic. When you are rediscovering who you really are, you may notice that your first impressions of people and situations are remarkably accurate. You can feel the energy of a room as soon as you walk into it. Decisions that once required extensive analysis now become clear through an inner knowing that is difficult to explain, but impossible to ignore. This heightened intuition manifests itself in many ways. You may begin to receive creative insights during quiet moments, have more vivid and meaningful dreams, or simply know when something is right or wrong for you without needing external evidence. Your body becomes a sensitive instrument, signaling through physical sensations when you are moving toward or away from your truth. Seventh sign. You are attracting aligned experiences. When you are truly rediscovering your essence, one of the most remarkable changes is how life begins to conspire in your favor in ways that seem almost magical. Opportunities arise at the exact moment. Key people appear in your life. Resources materialize when you need them most. This is no coincidence, but the natural result of you operating from your authentic frequency. The law of attraction, validated in part by quantum physics discoveries about how consciousness influences reality, suggests that we attract experiences that resonate with our predominant vibration. When you are aligned with your true essence, your vibration becomes a powerful magnet for experiences that nourish and expand your authenticity. The universe responds to our deepest and most consistent thoughts. When you are rediscovering who you truly are, your deepest thoughts are no longer of scarcity, fear, or inadequacy, but of abundance, love, and infinite possibility. This fundamental change in your mental programming attracts corresponding experiences. You may notice that casual conversations turn into professional opportunities. Books you need to read appear in unexpected places. People who can teach you something important cross your path. Even challenges that arise in your life carry gifts in disguise. Lessons that accelerate your growth or redirect you onto more aligned paths. This attraction of aligned experiences also manifests through increased synchronicity. Numbers repeat. Symbols appear at significant moments. You think of someone and that person contacts you. Your brain, now tuned to its true frequency, becomes more receptive to meaningful patterns that have always been present, but that you were unable to perceive before. Eighth sign. You feel a deep connection to your purpose. The final and perhaps most transformative sign that you are rediscovering your true essence is the awakening of a visceral connection with your life purpose. It's not about an intellectual understanding or a career decision, but a deep recognition of why you are here and how your unique qualities contribute to the greater good. Neuroscience shows that when we engage in activities that resonate with our sense of purpose, our brain releases a cascade of neurotransmitters associated with well-being, motivation, and focus. It's as if our nervous system is designed to reward us when we are aligned with our authentic mission. Louise L discovered her purpose through her own journey of healing and transformation. She realized that her most challenging experiences had been preparations for her ability to help others find their own healing. When you are rediscovering who you really are, you often discover that your greatest difficulties were, in fact, disguised training for your life mission. This awakening of purpose does not necessarily come with complete clarity about how you will express it in the world. Instead, you feel an inner guidance, an emotional compass that guides you toward activities, people, and opportunities that nourish both your soul and the world around you. You may discover that you have an unexpected passion for teaching, healing, creating, leading, or serving in some specific way. What makes this connection to purpose so powerful is that it doesn't require external validation. You just know, on a cellular level, when you are moving toward the expression of your mission. Your body responds with energy and vitality. Your mind becomes focused and creative. Your heart expands with love and gratitude. The ongoing journey of rediscovery. Recognizing these signs in your own life is just the beginning of an endless journey of self-discovery and growth. Rediscovering who you really are is not a destination, but an ongoing process of peeling back the layers of conditioning to reveal the luminous essence that has always been there. We are infinitely powerful beings, capable of transforming our reality through love, acceptance, and conscious practice. Each of these 8 signs represents an aspect of your awakening to this fundamental truth. They are invitations to deepen your practice, expand your consciousness, and live more and more authentically. Modern neuroscience confirms what Louise always knew intuitively. Our brains are incredibly plastic and responsive to our conscious intentions. Every loving affirmation you speak, every visualization you create with emotion, every moment of gratitude you cultivate, is literally rewriting the neurological programs that govern your life experience. When you recognize these signs in your own journey, celebrate them. They are tangible evidence of your transformation and growth. Most importantly, they are indicators that you are moving toward the fullest expression of who you came here to be. Remember that this journey of rediscovery is not always linear or easy. There will be moments of doubt, periods of confusion, and even apparent setbacks. This is natural and necessary. Each challenge is an opportunity to deepen your understanding and strengthen your connection to your inner truth. We are all students and teachers of each other. As you rediscover yourself, you naturally become a beacon for others on similar journeys. Your transformation is not just for your own benefit, but contributes to the raising of collective consciousness. And what practices can accelerate your rediscovery process? To nurture and accelerate this process of rediscovery, consider incorporating these practices inspired by the teachings of Louise L. Hay. Start each day with affirmations that resonate deeply with your inner truth. Don't just repeat words, but feel them in every cell of your body. Allow them to become statements of your new reality. Practice creative visualization regularly, creating vivid mental pictures of your ideal life. Engage all your senses and, most importantly, allow yourself to feel the emotions of already living this reality. Develop a gratitude practice that goes beyond a mental list. Genuinely feel gratitude in your heart for all that is already perfect in your life, creating a magnetic field for more experiences to feel grateful for. Listen to your intuition more often and confidently. Start with small decisions and, as your confidence grows, allow your inner wisdom to guide bigger choices. Surround yourself with people, books, music, and environments that raise your vibration and nourish your soul. Your energy is precious. Invest it wisely. Practice self-forgiveness and self-compassion. Every time you treat yourself with kindness, you are reinforcing neural patterns of self-love that will become your new default programming. Awakening is an ongoing process. The rediscovery of who you really are is not a one-time event, but a continual awakening to ever deeper layers of your truth. Each of these 8 signs represents a gateway to a more expanded understanding of your infinite capabilities and potential. We are all magnificent beings, temporarily forgetful of our greatness. When you recognize these signs in your own life, you are remembering who you have always been. You are awakening to the truth that you are a powerful being, creative and infinitely loved. Your journey of rediscovery is not just about you. Every step you take towards your authenticity inspires others to do the same. Every moment of self-acceptance you cultivate adds more love to the collective field of human consciousness. Every time you consciously choose your thoughts, you are contributing to the creation of a more loving and harmonious world. The 8 signs we explore: the transformation of your inner dialogue, the raising of your vibration, the power of your visualizations, the natural release of old patterns, the potency of your affirmations, the sharpening of your intuition, the attraction of aligned experiences, and the connection to your purpose, are all interconnected aspects of a single fundamental truth. You are remembering who you really are. This remembrance is not a spiritual luxury, but an evolutionary necessity. The world needs people who are operating from their authenticity, who are aligned with their purpose, who are vibrating at frequencies of love and possibility. Your personal transformation is your contribution to collective transformation. When you honor these signs and nurture your process of rediscovery, you are not only improving your own life, you are participating in a global movement of expanded consciousness, where each individual who awakens to their inner truth contributes to the creation of a more loving and harmonious reality for all. Louise Hay left us a legacy of hope and empowerment. She showed us that, no matter where we start, We can transform our lives through love, acceptance, and conscious practice. His teachings continue to inspire millions of people around the world to rediscover their own magnificence. As you continue your journey of rediscovery, remember you are not alone. You are part of a global community of seekers, healers, and changemakers. Your inner light, when fully expressed, joins the chorus of lights that are illuminating the way to a new era of human consciousness. Trust the process. Celebrate every sign of growth. Be kind to yourself during challenging times. Always remember that you are exactly where you need to be on your unique journey of rediscovery and transformation. You are a unique and precious expression of life. Allow your true essence to shine in all its splendor. Until our next meeting.